Motorcycle adventure Dirtbike TV is proudly supported by Adventure Spec in England, Rally Raid Products, Giant Loop in the United States and Adventure Moto in Australia.
In this adventure, Nugget has formed a crew of 8 riders to take on the notorious Krebs track in tropical North Queensland, Australia. 6 KTMs, a Husserberg and a lonely Yamaha 450 will take on the greasy steep hill climbs and descents of this challenging tropical jungle track. Deep long river crossings will test a rider's resolve to make it, with the added incentive of the very real possibility of being eaten by a crocodile if the rider stalls halfway across. We've done this adventure the Chardonnay way, flying from Sydney to Cairns with Nugget's dad, Ted the Legend, trucking our bikes all the way. Following a little preparation, we quickly head to our first challenge. This is our first croc-infested ripper. It's not a great way to start.
I'm normally nervous about drowning my bike, but it seems to be playing second fiddle at the moment.
Yeah, well the crocs would be used to people crossing, so...
Yeah, I reckon we take this pinny.
Hang on.
Go across with a stick. That's a great idea, mate.
Thank you. I'll take credit for that. This tinny that I left here last year, we're going to take. Because I was a bit worried the water might be up a bit, so I've left it here. She's still anchored, and we're going to send Nugget across, and we'll see how we go.
Nugget, can I just shake your hand? Look, mate, it's nice knowing you.
Hey.
Considering that old bloke got eaten the other day.
I tell you, he'll be poisoned if he eats me.
Well, there's our first cane toad. And here's Rubber Dub Dub.
Just sit back, Billy.
Oh, he's put a cane toad in the boat.
When the moon hits the sky.
Now, for our international audience, the other day, a croc knocked 2 people out of a boat that big. What have we got ourselves into, Sean?
Oh, they're not instilling me with confidence. We set them out there to check the water, and they're floating back to Cairns.
They're going downstream.
They've always been an item, you know.
I can see that. Oh, God, help me. This is... Come on, paddle harder. Nugget, you're going downstream, and the problem is the crocs hang out on the banks. Oh, if we get anyone eaten, this is a problem we got here. It's a big crocodile slide mark. Right up, that's a decent slide mark. And it goes over that way.
See, just over there, about 2/3.
Engine started. Oh God, it's hitting the rocks. They'll end up.
See, they got that on the ground, it's not shallow.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not deep.
Yeah. Oh, look at it.
Why are you there, Nugget? Just walk across. There, edge there.
It's yeah, we've done it certain. There's no crocs on there. We've had to do that with the collars. The boat's got no prop. So, yeah, we're destined for disaster. Anyway, my mechanical skills, I just did a few things and got it going.
That's amazing.
In one piece.
It's amazing knowing your mechanical skills that you got it going. But
Tell
anyway.
the truth, I'm just going across. I couldn't give a bloody stuff now.
Alright. Okay, let's put this one.
To infinity and beyond! I'm just going.
God help us. comes Philippe. As soon as you get your bum down, you lose traction. Now what it is, I'll tell you what it is. Hang on. Go on, Sean. Sean's a bit lighter than us, so he might have trouble. Don't you? He's a bit lighter than us. He's getting carried with the water downstream. Lucky Phil. He's got to keep it on because... Is yours a carby?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh, fuck, Phil. Anyone got any crocs attached to them? Anyone got any crocs attached to them? Nah. We're all
I had
good.
a bit of a moment towards the end though. I jumped off the pegs because I thought I don't want this extra 99 kg on the pegs. So yeah, I didn't know if it was going to get deeper or shallower. So I ran it. And, yeah, all good.
Well, you guys provided some excellent entertainment.
In episode 1, I took you straight to the first river crossing to get you interested in the story. Now I'm going to wind back a little to make you aware that at the end of this video, you'll find the guys discussing their bike setups. You'll also find that Nugget's first choice clearly had its shortcomings.
You got the tank on?
I just hope the creeks aren't too deep. That's actually the perfect size bike for you. I can touch the ground on this one at least. Yeah.
We made pretty good speed through the Krebs track. A little slippery at times, but great traction with the tyre pressures around 10 to 12 psi. Although the water was crystal clear in the river crossings, we all seemed to hit that hidden big girlie just out of sight. A breakdown in the cornerman system meant that for a short while we lost a rider and the finger pointing began.
And then there were 7. And then there were 7.
Yeah, Nick is behind.
I know. Yeah, I thought he was.
I told you to wait for him. I said, tell Ben to wait for him.
Fortunately, this was quickly sorted with no search parties.
Oh, mate.
Look at the mud.
Look at the leg.
Nick, we thought, and then there was 7, but you've come back.
I'm back, I'm alive.
How do you like the humidity?
I'm not allowed to swear, am I, Dave?
No, that's
Wouldn't you,
PG.
right? All right, well, that says it all, basically.
Well, I can see off the bottom of your helmet there, there's just sweat dripping off the bottom of your helmet, just down here. Just there. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Look, mate, the reality is I'm from European stock. Yeah, good dose of Polish, a bit of German.
Yeah.
Mate, we don't come from climates like this.
It's bloody odd, isn't it? Nugget led us to a very gnarly river crossing, and this is where I observed for the first time what I call Day O, otherwise known as deluded adventure optimism. When I think back, I wonder how in the hell did we think we'd get across this one?
Oh, there's Philippe over. Like, it's going to be really, you need 3 or 4 on the bike. So we've got to get over this big rock here. And then I think we're right, Philippe. See there, straight through there. I think that next bit we're all right. You're only knee deep at the moment. I think we're optimists if we think we can get across that. Look, Philippe's, he's 6'2" and he's up to his nuts. You don't look too disappointed. You don't look too disappointed, Nick.
No, mate. Look, mate, you've got to be sensible about these things. Like,
Yeah.
like logistically, it's a 2-hour job to get the bikes across.
Yeah. Well, Nugget, leader.
Well, Philippe's 6'3" and
It's
he's
up
up
to
to
his
his
hip.
nuts, so that means I'm going to need a snorkel.
In one adventure-filled day, we'd knocked over the Krebs track, got our crackers wet and had a few laughs, but we wondered what Nugget had in store for us for the next 3 days. We were heading for the Lion's Den Hotel, where Phil would embarrass us with his eastern suburbs behaviour. Lion's Den Hotel. Don't do anything else to the lion. I know, Phil. Had to be Phil. Now, Phil,
Yes.
Phil, we're fairly seasoned adventure riders, and so what are you eating there?
I'm having a lemon meringue.
A lemon meringue.
Yes.
Okay.
This is
And
very,
a cappuccino.
this is very eastern suburb.
It is.
It is. This is extremely Bondi, isn't it?
Oh gosh.
I'm riding a 350 and been at it for weeks, farkling, you know, tinkering, getting all that giant loop stuff on there, GPS, tanks, you know, all of that doesn't cost anything at all. So no, looking very, very forward to it.
Yeah, so this is my new light enduro adventure mount. The KTM 530 2011, last of the carby, none of this fuel injected problems. Set up, we've got a long range tank. This tank's only the 13 litre, but we can get, with the adventure gearing, get easy 300 Ks out of that. Got the oil cooler on it to increase oil capacity, so overall I've got 1.9 litres of oil on board. Got the giant loop bags on the back, just carry a little bit for the days. Adventure gearing, a little bit of a homemade windscreen on the front, and I think for this ride she's going to be sweet. Alright, this is patented adventure fairing, soon to be available on eBay. It's actually made out of a plastic bin and a non-80 yard LED bar light.
Yeah, I drowned the old girl, swept away in a river in the big storms, lost it down the river, and yeah, so I've got a new one now, 15 model KTM. I've gone up to the 500, a bit more pace to keep the boys off my tail. And yeah, so this will be its first big adventure, see how it goes. I've decided to stick with a 500 for an adventure bike now, so yeah. Got the big tank on it, the big tank and a couple of giant loop panniers from the old one still, and yeah. Running a 15 on the front, didn't go to too extremes. Most people know me, I don't really do much. I'm a bit slack with the maintenance and that, but I have invested in a $15 mirror just to see who's catching me.
Well done.
Yeah, and the GPS, because someone's got to know where we're going.
Someone has.
Yeah, and Mark's going to give me a running lesson as we're driving, how to work with things. So, yeah. Other than that, I just pretend I know where I'm going.
So basically the only thing you've done is lamb's wool cover to make your ass soft.
Yep.
And how big's the tank?
The tank is, I'm actually not too sure.
All right, it's got a lot of litres in it.
It's got a lot of litres. I think it's over 15, they're telling me. But I got one of Mum's Omo bottles, 2 litres, and that will get me an extra 40 kilometres. I'm hoping on 20 kilometres per litre, so Mum's Omo bottle will come in handy.
About your mount?
Well, mate, after arduous nights in the garage, and much money spent. I think she sorted out, fingers crossed. We don't know the internals of the engine, but starting from the front, we got a mirror, all right, that's a new addition, the steering dampener. All right, all the suspension's been reworked, long overdue. New springs in the front, feels really good. Mate, bit of luxury, the air hawk seat, all right. The panniers, of course, we got bladders in the panniers. That's about it. It cost a lot of cash, a lot of time. Looking forward to this trip.
So what model is it? What is it?
It's a 2010 KTM 530 EXC. All right. Love the bike, you know, ever so reliable. Let's hope it persists on this ride.
Get under your bike to do this adventure.
I've had long range tank on the front, sub tank on the rear, rebuild, top end rebuild, panniers, more bladders, suspension, lots.
Oh, right.
So I got 16 on the front, got 4 on the rear, and I can get another 3 in that.
Okay. Are you thinking it's going to need it?
Phil, you're the only Yamaha rider in the team.
What can I say? You need someone with a reliable bike out there, just in case they all break down. They're all KTMs.
So have you done anything to your bike?
Yes, I have. Put a couple of big tanks on there.
Anything
And that's
else?
for single trail. You know how fuel efficient these bikes are.
I noticed new tyres.
New tyres, yeah. Gearing, 1549, so I'll see how that goes.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. And a screwdriver to adjust the suspension on the way through.
I'm noticing Mark's got a 350, Sean's got a 500, Nugget's got a 500. Are we overbiked?
I think I was a bit. We could have taken our Harley Davidsons, I was thinking, for that ride. I think we are overbiked. Definitely.
I'm a bit concerned about our faring when with the rainforest mud.
Well, the only thing that annoys me with the word rainforest is the word rain. And I think we'll be caught with this. Well, this will go.
Yeah.
If really the track is getting too nasty. Because I mean, with the fairing as it is, we can't see anything. We don't see our front, the front wheel. So I'll remove that, and
Yeah.
that should improve a bit. I mean, the GPS will be a bit exposed, but well, that's the way it is, I guess. We don't have really the choice. So here we go.
There's no doubt about it, Nugget's tropical adventure in far north Queensland is jam-packed with river crossings. Fortunately, they haven't as yet been jam-packed with man-eating crocodiles. In this episode, Nugget leads us on a 350-kilometre trail deep into the Never Never. And it wasn't long before a rider cracked under the strain. But if we survive this one last river crossing, we'll be out of croc country for the rest of the ride, and that suits me just fine.
Morning, Dave. What are you doing there?
Nugget must be serious this time. He's given me a bloody sat phone. So we don't often see that. It's the first time I've seen that from Nugget. So I don't know where we're heading.
We're going remote.
We're going remote. So the only thing is, if I crash on the left-hand side, this could get tin tuna juice all over it. So I've got a note to self.
Only crash after lunch.
Only crash after lunch. Today we get into the serious crocodile country.
Yeah, we do. 100% remote. Not a townhouse, not a community, absolutely nothing. About 345 kilometres, so it's our biggest day and we're excited. And of course the weather's, you know, not exactly playing in our favour, and it's meant to get worse, so we'll see what happens. I need a couple extra today, so got rid of the wife's washing liquid, and this will be my extra 2 litres that'll save me today. While I'm holding the screw the cap on.
Can I put another couple of cents in?
No. No.
You got enough fuel? Or you're going to have fuel anxiety?
I'm going to have fuel anxiety because I always get concerned when you start to take me into a 300k ride with no servos. that's a concern.
I want to tell you something. All you guys have got this fuel anxiety. There is the beast. There she is. 600 kilometres range. And anyone who wants petrol out of that rear tank will be paying $30 a litre.
But I might just be your best friend.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Okay, we're leaving today from Cooktown, heading up to Hopevale. Here, Teddy's going to bail out. He'll come across and back down to Laura where we stay tonight. But we continue on up north here to close to Cape Melville, but not quite all that way. Across the top and back down to Laura. We've got quite a few rivers coming in through the top here and a lot of rain today.
Nugget, what do you reckon?
A few locals have been saying it's a bit dodgy, bit deep, few crocs, but cross that bridge when we get to it. Not worth worrying about yet.
Cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, I wish there was a bridge.
There's no effing bridge, Nugget. This is really helpful to us. Locals come from the north where we're heading. Nugget's just getting a debrief to see if we can make it over the creek. Nick, what's going on?
The word is it sounds a bit ominous in front. River crossings seem to be apparently too deep, but we'll find out shortly.
Thanks, mate.
Come to a bit of a dead end, but
It's not going to make it.
yeah, that's not a positive attitude, Philippe. I
Yeah.
reckon we can make it.
Yeah, I reckon we can go through there. Here he goes. God help me, what are we getting ourselves into? What the hell is Nugget getting us into? You know what I'm hoping we don't come across is a female crocodile nesting. Because we can't hear it warning us to get, we're too close. Oh, Jesus. Nugget, what do you got us into? Watch the rut, boys.
We've had one carload in Indigenous folk tell us there's no way you'll get through, and the other bloke said, yeah mate, no worries, easy. So one of them's telling a porky.
Where are we, Philippe?
Well, right in the middle of nowhere, but right in the middle.
They push it back to the ocean quick.
Okay, don't move. We are here to help.
you will in a minute. There's a croc coming upstream. Oh! Yum, 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 yeah, eat that cow shit. That's excellent.
Walking down the beach, bare feet where everything's the same. And I don't think I can walk these roads anymore. And now I'm walking down the beach, shooting bare feet where everyone knows your name. In my mind, I'm just going to a place I've been before. So and take me out where the movement starts.
So it looks like that's a mechanical difficulty, so I'm looking forward to hearing what this is. Oh, excellent.
I looked down and I just couldn't see anything. And then when it happened, I realised because it's camouflage and it's an army issue. But,
And it was in the
Well, the problem
in the
was
sprocket.
all the way from Nam.
Just myself and a couple of good friends away from the world below. Now I'm walking down the path back the long grass, no desire to be found. We got all day, so we can take it nice and slow. So take me out. This is heaven. The movement starts slowing. And take me out, a place where no one knows. Take me over the island.
Such a huge landscape.
Won't you take me there? It's a place I wanna be.
The great thing about these ants nests is that they line up north-south. And I don't need the GPS. I know we're heading west, and that's good for me. We've done enough north.
Oh, won't you take me high? Won't you take me high? Won't you take me high? Won't you take me? Won't you take me? Won't you take me? Won't you take me high? Won't you take me high? And I'm walking down the bridge from bare feet where everything's the same. But I think I can walk it. Walking down the bridge from bare feet where in my mind I'm just going to. Take me out.
The worst thing is, no one's been over it for so long, they'd be nice and mossy.
Holy crackers.
What do you reckon of that one, Sean?
Who's walking it?
Well, I was just thinking Philippe and Nugget, they should get that boat over on the other side. There's a few of them there.
Take me out to a place where no one knows. Take me over to the islands of the free. Won't you take me there?
I hope I don't get eaten by a croc. That's all I can say. Well, they don't know it yet, the boys don't know it, but there's a recent croc sighting here. I'll tell them that when they come through.
Okay. What did you decide that is?
Aktung, I still don't understand. I don't think the crocodiles can speak German.
That's warning in Japanese.
Oh,
Ask the boys, they've seen heaps. Put them on video.
hey boys, have you seen any crocs down here?
Yeah.
Where at?
Just around at night
What's the biggest one you've seen?
12, 14 foot.
12 or 14 foot? Right. This place smells like wild animals. All the motorbike gear. Day 3 in tropical North Queensland, and I tell you what, we stink. In this episode, we move away from crocodile territory and into the hinterland of far North Queensland, and are rewarded with the best track of the adventure. But fuel challenges continued for Phil, and Mark was reluctantly forced into an unnatural act on Phil's bike to keep him going. Nugget bites off more than he can chew. Sean goes mining. And very weirdly, we accidentally discover that Nugget and Nugget's dad Ted share something in common with Kylie Minogue.
Alright, looks like we've got...
Laura consists of a telephone tower, a general store, a pub, and a motel. Who's that bloody Batman in a cape? You know it's a big day when you see those bottles of lemonade down there.
So we had 200 mil of rain last night to the south. The road said come across on Battle Camp Road. It was 2 foot deep, and this morning it's now 2 metres under.
Crumbs. I wonder how we're going to go today.
Yeah, good luck.
We've come to a bit of a dilemma because we're going to Tyrconnell mine and there's no fuel there. So...
how far's that away?
It's... I don't really know, we can't work it out.
About 260.
Mark's the electronical man, and from there it's about another 120 through the backtrack. But as you can see, the rain is just astronomical. We've had severe storms come through. And so the truck mightn't be able to get through the creek crossings, so up the banks. So I don't want to risk the old man going through there, so he's going to have to go around the easier way. So yeah, we thought about going through to Dimbula, but there's no accommodation that we can find there at the moment, so looks like we might be either carrying Coke bottles full of fuel or Plan B.
So Phil, how are you feeling?
I'm going with Teddy. He's going to take
Plan B.
tow cable with him.
He's going to take a tow cable
Someone
with him.
can tow him.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like we've got to put Plan B into place then, boys. Everyone happy for Plan B?
Yeah, what's the plan B?
What's Plan B?
Before I sign.
Straight down
There is no Plan B. Let's just...
Day 3 in tropical rainforest, sweating your asses off. My God, we stink.
Oh, it's horrid. It's horrid.
Isn't it?
I got a fresh pair of socks on today.
Oh.
I treated myself, all right, because the other ones, they had a life of them.
Well and truly away from Laura now. This is a brilliant trail Nugget's taken us on. great privilege of riding all over Australia on the best adventure trails this country has to offer. And this trail is up there with the best. The varied conditions, surfaces, challenges and scenery, it's got the lot. Last one to come through.
Oh, that's a good truck.
Well done.
Where the fuck's my helmet? I need my helmet.
Phil's lost his helmet.
Yeah, it wasn't fine.
It'd be a ripper if it wasn't.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah.
There's something on my foot.
Where? Dave?
Please tell me who that was.
No.
You're a nicer bloke than me because I would have flicked it down the hill.
Sean. Where's Sean?
How good is that
Look
view?
at that.
How good is that view?
I want to build my house right here.
What a view. This goes on and on and on and on. Nugget, we may have bitten off more than we can chew.
Yeah,
That
the
looks to
current-
be flowing mighty fast.
current is certainly flying.
Nice knowing you. Discretion's the better part of valor. It's fast. We might need two to take a bike across. The weir crossing cracked me up. Here we have hairy-ass adventure riders awkwardly and carefully tiptoeing across the water, and the local kids are running around us and having a swim with their dog. Bloody unbelievable.
What do you reckon, boys? Pretty good?
I reckon you could ride it, Nugget.
Yeah, go and ride it on one wheel.
I'm just going to take me out. The movement starts slowing. Take me out.
What's this, Nugget?
This is Mount Mulligan. I think it's Australia's biggest mining accident. 75 men died when the mine exploded. Yeah, it was a tragedy. 56 orphans were left. The day the devil wept.
Fuel shortages on rides like this bring out the best and worst in adventurers and make them do things they naturally wouldn't do.
Okay, Phil's run out of fuel for about the 20th time today. I've given him 2 litres. I got nothing left myself. He's got issues with his rear tank. So he's going to siphon that off, and I'm just going to speed things up a bit by...
Sean, give us the other.
Resuscitation of a Yamaha?
No, you don't need to pour it. I've got.
bottle, Phil?
Just give that. Yeah, give us the other.
None at this stage.
So we're doing open bike surgery.
It doesn't matter, this one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get you. So you mean, yeah.
And the KTM mothership comes into play.
Again.
Saves another motorbike, this time a Husterberg. A close relative of the KTM. No assistance to the Yamaha though.
Hang on, there might be some assistance from the Yamaha.
No, I'm not giving any assistance to the Yamaha.
I just put 2 litres in, I'm good. I could have given it to Ben, but I gave it to myself.
I know why Phil keeps running out. I can understand why Phil keeps running out of fuel, but for some reason he's hoarded all this fuel in the back all day. He's scabbing fuel off everyone else.
Phil is a greedy chipmunk.
He's got so much left, he's actually offering it to other people.
Can I have that?
It's our final day, and I hate to say it's a really kind of yuppie adventure thing to say, but we've got planes to catch. And, you know, it's hardly life-threatening, but we seem to be displaced. I won't say lost. What do you reckon, Phil? Are we lost or displaced?
No, we're lost.
Lost? Okay.
I'm just saying now, we've got a flight this afternoon. I take no responsibility for anyone's flight.
A very big thanks to Tom Richardson, a young and talented Australian musician, who has given me permission for me to broadcast his great music that matches perfectly with adventure riding. Oh, and I almost forgot. Kylie Minogue and her partner shared a double bed with Nugget and Ted. Well, to be more accurate, they stayed in the same room as the famous couple. On Kylie's most recent return to Australia, she flew into far northern Queensland hinterland for some quiet time away from the hectic pace of the entertainment world. We hope our tropical motorcycle adventure series has motivated you to get off your backsides, get away from work, and get out and explore this wonderful world that is not nearly as dangerous as what television news would make you believe.